What's up, babes? Hope you all are doing good. So, today I'm going to be sharing with you guys a story of the first time I got robbed back in my uni days on my way to my hostel from making my hair. So, this hair is giving us the inspiration for this story. Why not? So while I tell the story, just pay attention to the story while paying attention to the hairdo. Okay, so on this very day, that was sometime in 2000 and um 8, I was in my 200, that should be 200 level. um I was a newbie kind of. Was it 200 level? I think it should be 2000 and the beginning of 2008, the end towards from the end of 2007 towards the beginning of 2008. Not too sure exactly when. Sometime around December, January, when the school was still scanty. As a matter of fact, the school had been on strike for a good amount of months, and then we just resumed school. So school wasn't fully packed and students were just returning, gradually, one after the other. When your neighbor comes back and then the amount of students in the hostel increases, you jubilate. Hey, we're now two, we're now three, we're now 10 in the hostel now. So that was the situation then. So I schooled at Imo State University in Nigeria, if I've not mentioned that before. Currently I live in the UK, and I was studying mass communication. I had just gained admission. So I was supposed to, normally I make my hair back in Lagos State where I was based with my parents, but I don't know, for whatever reason I decided to come to make it in Owerri where I studied. This was how oh god, as I said, the hostel wasn't full. My hostel was almost empty. That whenever one person comes, whenever we have a new student come back to the area, we jubilate. And as at then, I lived somewhere called Bishop's Court. If you know anybody who went to Imo State University, just mention Bishop's Court to them. They'll tell you lots of stories. Let me just give you a tip in case you have no idea and you know nobody. Bishop's Court in Owerri is somewhere that is known to have loads of cultists, like these various cultism activities happen around there. And it's so bad that these cultists do not just focus on their cultism or whatnot. They commit various kinds of crime like rape, shooting, killing, stealing, oh, just name it, every kind of vice you can imagine. So on this very day, I was returning from making my hair somewhere at Oji. Was it at Oji? No, I think I made that hair in Dog. There's a place in Owerri, please. Who knows? There's somewhere in Owerri. I think it's in Douglas. It's a market where girls come to make their hair as well, university girls. So I finished making my hair, at that Douglas market, and I was heading back home. On getting to my hostel gate, because my hostel as at then was an only girls hostel. That's something I will not advise anyone. Do not live in a single sex, especially an only girls hostel. Nah, because you guys are 100% vulnerable. That was my experience. Because these guys who are involved in this act, this cultism and every other evil act, are very, they have this confidence and assurance that they wouldn't get confrontation, in the sense that it's female dominated. So they know that, they're gonna come run the activity, their evil activity, and get on with it, like go scot-free without any challenges. So I was just about, getting into my hostel gate on that day, only for me to see some group of young men, in front of the gate. And being that it's an only girls hostel as at that time, normally guys come to visit their girlfriends, it's allowed. But then there is a time slot. You can come from the hours of from the morning till, I think, from 9, 7, 8, 9 in the morning till about 6 you should leave. So I was returning as I passed 8 to 9, and I was seeing some young men in front of our gate, about two of them. I was just wondering what was going on. On the second thought, I thought to myself, probably, being that they are standing outside, maybe they are waiting for their girlfriends, because that happens as well. You could, stand in front of the gate and call on your girlfriend. She could come downstairs and see you'll hang out, and then she comes back to the hostel. So that was what I thought. Being a newbie now, a 100 level student, I was so naive, I was so young, I was just 16 then. you know I knew nothing about what was happening in the environment. Oh my goodness, I was innocently, and then I just had this phone because when I passed my examination, my dad bought me this very nice phone I was very proud of. I felt like a big girl, being a phone owner at back in the days 2007. So good. I was walking into the hostel confidently, ignoring the young men there, and as I passed by, somebody pulled me back by the tip of my collar. I felt super embarrassed. I'm like, who are you? How dare you? But, normal me wanted to, turn and give all of those movements, girls, to all of those, hello, how dare you? But then when I turned and saw their mean faces and saw how stern they looked and saw the way one of the guys, the other one was dipping his hand in his pocket, trying to bring out something, I had to calm my horses down. Every shakara in me I swallowed. My sisters, well, that was how these guys confronted me, asked me to come back quietly. I quietly came back. I didn't even want to argue. Even if I was angry within myself, I knew that these guys are dangerous. Plus, I've heard all of these horrible stories of how these cold guys kill people, rob people. So I'm like, okay, because look, I wasn't totally naive in the sense of what was going on around town. So I said, okay, this might be my situation right now. I was so scared. I did not want to get hurt. I was scared of losing my phone because that's something I knew they always targeted, especially once they get to accost you like that outside, whether you're male or female. So the first guy asked me for my phone. And something inside of me wanted to say, I do not have a phone. But I was trying to avoid getting beaten, or, I didn't want them to request for something else. So I said to myself, look, if it's the phone they want, fine, I do have a phone. I'll just own up and give it to them. So I dipped my hands in my jeans then, brought out my phone, and that was the most horrible handover I've ever done in my life. Imagine you being a teenager that young who's gotten a gift from your dad, and then you're handing it over willingly to the hands of unscrupulous, stupid guys, I'll call them, men. Well, that was what came with the day. That was what came with that hair day. And that was how I lost my phone, you guys. My first ever phone given to me by my dad as a gift. I painfully, tearfully handed over this phone to these cultist and robber guys, and that was how they took it and asked me to walk in, not to look back, not to say nothing, just go straight into your room. Oh, with tears in my eyes, with a very heavy heart and everything, I had to walk into my hostel, and I burst into tears when I got upstairs, and a few of my hostel mates asked me then what happened, why am I crying, what's going on. When children are about to open their mouth to give a complaint and then all they could do is burst into tears. That was my situation. I couldn't hold back myself. And then one of my friends, she was a senior student then, she consoled me. She was like, AB year one. That was what she called me there. She was like, welcome to IMSU. That's the life. I shed my tears, and yeah, I don't even know how that story ended that day. Like, it was such a horrible day for me, but that was my story. That was what happened to me on the day I went to make my hair for the first time back in Ebere during my undergrad days. You guys, Tell me your uni days, I mean your uni days experience, if you had one, down in the comment section. And about this hair, hope y'all are enjoying it. Have you checked out the previous video of how I prepped the braiding hair? If you haven't, go check it out. Trust me, it's definitely worth your time. It's different from the ones you've seen before. And then look out for the next video, because I'm going to be showing you guys how I get to make this hair relax by putting it in hot water, trimming down excesses, and yeah, designing it. Thanks for watching, guys. So much love. Thank you. I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.